The Model Health Show is presented to you by Sean Stevenson with RareGem Productions. For more information, visit theshawnstevensonmodel.com.
Welcome to the Model Health Show. This is fitness and nutrition expert Sean Stevenson, here with my boss of a co-host and producer, Jade Harrell. Well, today, Jade,
yes,
with love,
okay,
we got to take the gloves off today.
All right.
We got to get into it because we've got some serious issues that we need to discuss. There are a lot of our world family members out there that are struggling with getting their body in the place they want to be. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what's going on in the inner game. Because the outer game is easy. The steps to getting fit are not hard.
Okay.
All right? It's the inner game. Here we go. The next level, next round. And this one's going to be tough for you to hear this. You can't lose weight because it's just not that important to you. It's just not. Period.
Come on. I've been trying to lose weight my whole life.
There are so many people who are trying and failing at this, but there are also so many people who are succeeding. What's the difference?
Say that, Sean. There's some difference.
The people that are succeeding are not giving up, number one. But the people that are succeeding also, it is a deep desire within their soul. They're on fire for it. If somebody's spent their whole life, and I know people like this, I've seen it in my own practice. I've seen it, I don't even know how many times, but I've also seen the other. I've seen the failure many times. People that have spent their whole life being the fat kid, or, you know, they're chubby and people talked about them, and just a moment of revelation happens. That's really the key word. It's not I'm going to get in shape this year. You know, it's my New Year's resolution. It's a revelation happens. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be this person anymore. I'm done. I'm getting this weight off. Nothing's going to stop me.
That's right.
And when it becomes that important to you, that it is the thrust of your life, you are fueled to do this. You're fueled to love. When I'm not going to say losing weight is more important than love, but it's right up there next to it.
Well, there's love tied into that.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself to live better and love your life enough to give better to you and those around you. It's a close correlation.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I think a good word right there is care. You know, you don't care enough. You know, and this is, again,
you said it wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah,
You don't have to apologize.
I'm not being insensitive with this. I really do care about every single person that's listening to this, and I want to make sure that this is received with the understanding that there is a great deal of respect and admiration for you, just even listening to this right now. But there is definitely, if you can't lose that weight, there is a lack of love there. There's a lack of care for yourself and your well-being. Because if you really understood what that excess that you're carrying around is doing to your brain, is doing to your organs, is doing to your productivity, is doing to your interaction with your friends and family, if you really understood that it's not just, I'm a big person, I'm carrying around this excess, that it's really hindering you from achieving what you can achieve. If you really understood that and switched over and started to care about that, it might make all the difference in the world.
It would make a huge difference. A huge difference. Now, that's not to say that we don't understand that you're dealing with stuff, emotional, social baggage, all kinds of, there's a plethora of things that are going to oppose this. But you can take on any of them, any single one of them, by shifting your focus on how big they are to how big you are inside.
Right. Yes. I say yes.
I say yeah.
Okay. So I want you to really look inside yourself and just be honest. You know, do you really care that much about it? This is the most important part, is just, do you really care? You say you want to lose weight, but a lot of times what I find is that it's really not that important to the person. You know, it's something that would be nice.
Well, when it gets hard, too, you face that same question. Like, is it worth it to keep going?
Yeah.
And yes, it is.
This is getting to the place where if it's hard, when it gets hard, like if there's a situation where a family member is in trouble, if you don't raise a certain amount of money, when it gets hard, you're going to keep going because it's important. You care enough. You got to emotionally, mentally, spiritually tie that up to you losing that weight.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, your reason why has to be so strong. Your reason why has to make you cry.
Mm-hmm.
Or you will not lose that weight.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask all the questions. Oh, I've tried this. I'm doing that. I'm eating healthy. And I just can't get the weight off. It's not going to matter because your why is not strong enough.
Why?
Because here's the bottom line. Bottom line. It is 1,000,000,000% possible for you to lose the weight. It's totally possible. However, if you don't have this inner game down, it's highly improbable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's possible.
It's possible.
1,000,000,000% possible, but it's not probable if you don't have your inner game
If you
together.
don't have your inner game. Here's a great example. One of the ways to stop feeding, one of the things that changed the way I cooked, shopped, and stocked our pantry at home was putting that care into it. Like, I don't have to put this into my children's bodies.
Yeah.
And standing there in the aisle and not making that exception, well, it's just a little bit, or this is just one thing, or this is just, I don't have to put this in their bodies. I don't have to feed them this. And then being able to say that to myself.
Right.
I don't have to do this. I don't have to succumb to this. I don't have to lose out to whatever it is that's making me feel like it was so necessary to eat it.
Right. There's some knowledge bombs here. I mean, real life experience, because it's that macro environment, everybody in our environment's doing it. It's just a societal norm. For you to take yourself out of that, you've got to be a really incredible person, and again, I admire and commend everybody who's even a part of this community, who listens to the show.
Even listening.
Right.
Good for you.
Just that in of itself. But what we're talking about here is like literally ending that chapter of your life and stepping into this next level, this next step of your evolution as a complete human being.
Sure. And don't quit. If I've had to pull things out of the cart by the time I got to the register and said, nope.
Man, it's just shocking when sometimes when I go to the store, like I go to, the local grocery store, grab some stuff we forgot, some avocados or some flaxseed or something, and I see people's carts.
Oh, yes.
It's shocking.
It should be painful for you. Doesn't it get to be painful for you? Because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know that they're going to go. You know what's getting ready to happen. It's like watching the poison before it's administered. It has been painful in the past, but now it's that grace. It's having a certain amount of a buffer, So evolving myself out of the sympathy where I feel bad and I feel like I got to do something from a disempowered place because I'm sad and I'm hurt, to empathy where I'm capable but I'm still deeply tied up to that emotion, to eventually getting a place of compassion, to where I understand the problem. I understand how you feel. How can I serve you? Because I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that anymore. I understand, but how can I serve? That's something really that I love that. And that's a wonderful place to be. And I use that when I do presentations and have speaking engagements where there's a very important message that I'm trying to help people understand that may not quite be there yet. And it's feel, felt, found. And that's how you make that connection. I understand how you feel is the first thing. Share with them your story, where I came from. And I do understand how you feel. I felt the same way because I thought these things and I relate. So that's the felt and found. Then you share them that enlightenment. Here's what I found out. Right. So I use that formula. Feel, felt, found. Wow. Love it. Love it. See, everybody, you're not just going to get the nutrition and health information here. You can take that out and, when you're speaking to somebody. Or yourself. Right, or to yourself. Talk to yourself. I don't care if they look at you funny. So, but to reel things back in, if you can't lose weight, a big part of that reason is it's just not that important to you, okay? And again, we focus here on all the nutrition and cutting-edge nutrition and health information in the world, just the best stuff, best of the best. Right. If you got that in your hand and you can't do it, it's because the excuses start to pile up. Ooh, all right, so I got a list.
I don't have time because now when I look at people's stuff, it's because they've got work plus Facebook all day.
I was just going to say, he'll
plus,
catch you on Facebook. Don't say it.
Plus Scandal or The Walking Dead, whatever TV show you're into. Plus, for some people, Call of Duty, video games. Plus someone else's sporting events.
Or
that
other
you're watching,
everything.
The kids or other people, you know, on TV watching the football game. Plus eating out at all these restaurants.
OPP.
And then
other people's priorities.
And then you tell me
right.
you don't have time. You tell me you don't have time.
Don't tell him. Let me just tell y'all, don't tell him.
When you see all that, now the thing is, all those things I just listed, those are just some of the things I hear. But all those things I just listed, if we could just start to chip away at some of it, you know, it's not like I'm saying don't watch Scandal or don't watch The Walking Dead or go to your favorite sporting events. But when you've got that going on, plus you're screwing around on Facebook all day, on social media, checking in what everybody else is doing.
Everybody else.
And complaining about everything. Or sharing, you know, good news, but, you know, it's all online and you're not actually getting your behind out and taking care of your body and getting good food into your house. Or you're constantly out at different places, you know, eating at restaurants, and that's a big part of your life. You need to pick and choose now, because if it's important to you, you're going to make that in that list of things I just said. I work out. I devote time with my family. I go to work. I prepare my food every day. I watch Game of Thrones. You know, like you can mix it in there, you know, mix it in, create your life instead of having someone else create it for you.
That's right.
Boom. All right. So let's move on to the next thing I want to touch on here.
All right.
Another big reason why you can't lose weight is that you think you have enough time.
Oh, Sean. You
think you're going to get around to it. You think you've got enough time, but I've got some really shocking news for you. Human beings don't live that long. We're here for a pretty predetermined amount of time, and this time that you're blessed with on the planet is given to you to make the best of yourself, not to sit back and watch the rest of the world make the best of itself. You are here with a mission. You are here with a job to do. You are here with gifts and talents and capacities that you need to be sharing. That's why you were born. And again, I hope that this is being received with compassion on my end, because I really know this. I know this intimately. I've not met a single person, the thousands and thousands of people that I've been able to interact with and work with over the years, that didn't have amazing gifts that they've been sitting on, or amazing gifts that they've been working on, but they really haven't flourished. Or some people, they have amazing gifts that they're giving, but they're not giving at the level that they know they can. You know, that greatness is really the gap between where you are and your potential.
It is. I was just looking at this list by the World Health Organization of life expectancy around the world. And there isn't one that tops 80, all over the world. 83 is the highest.
Yeah.
So put this in 83 summers.
Whew.
83.
I like how you said that. Yeah.
Right. 83 spring breaks.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not. And especially by the time you realize what you're having. So knock off the first 8 or 10. Now you're down to 73. And maybe on the end where you may not be able to travel or go, take off a few more.
Yeah.
Now, what thing in life in a year that is your highlight, the thing that you love to do? What is that day or season? All right. So we shave off a few. Now you're down to 60. Now, today, if you start realizing today, and 60 of them, 20 of those 60 have already passed, we have no time to waste.
None. No. So that's one of the big reasons right there. I laid it out for you. You can't lose weight because you think you've got enough time. You think you've got time that you really don't have. And the time is now. It is absolutely right now that you are alive, well, and prepared to make these changes that you need to make. All right? Another big reason that you're not losing weight, that you can't lose weight, is because your vision is too short-sighted. I heard a great comment from somebody who was in a coaching program that I did many years back, and just sharing why did he keep failing at the diets he was doing, and just like it just came out of him, and he had never said it, never thought it before. He said that he felt like every diet was a short-term thing. He said he felt like it was a short-term thing. Going into it, it was a diet.
It had to end.
Yeah, it's a short-term thing. Mm-hmm. The big fancy thing, the catchphrase now everybody's saying is it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about that if you're not really understanding and living that. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me it's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. It's not your lifestyle.
Because that implies lifelong.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. This is who you are. Mm-hmm. So it's, again, changing the function of how you identify with yourself, how you see yourself, how you interact with the world. Not just I'm on this diet, I'm doing this thing. I eat vegetarian or I eat paleo. It's who you are. Mm-hmm. I don't eat fake food. I just don't. I'm not putting fake things into my body. I work out. I exercise. I take care of my body. I work out.
I was just gonna say.
When I walk. All right. So it's a big difference between that short-sightedness of, I'm going to get in shape this year. You better get in shape for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2014 is the year that you got in shape for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what this is about.
And how about that for a mirror neuron? Your cells can hear you say that. I work out. Yeah, we do. They're like, yeah, we do. They even talking to other cells in there like, look, y'all, we work out.
Last big nugget here is that you can't lose weight because you don't get back in the game if you mess up a little bit.
Yeah. You let that setback sit you down.
Yeah. That's the truth right there. So many people, so many good people, smart people, they fall off a little bit and then they just quit. Mm-hmm. It just goes from like I had a nacho to 5-6 weeks later, like, I need to do something about this. Yeah. I'm slacking. Right. You think? Uh-huh. Again, but that really connects back to your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That's not who you are. Mm-hmm. You're obviously not the person who it's not that important to you.
Sure. You've got to embrace that success means succession, that you have to do these things in succession in order to achieve success.
Yeah, absolutely. So last thing, and this is hopefully everybody's
last thing.
Yes, the last thing. Hopefully everybody's been here with me and understanding my passion with this one today. Mm-hmm. I'm usually not this passionate because I want to reach out and grab you if I need to.
And he's got his fists up and everything. I'm like, glad I'm sitting over here on this other side.
Is that, to wrap things up, and if you've been with me through this, is I know that there are extenuating circumstances. There are certain conditions. There are certain experiences that you've had that may be playing a huge role in all this stuff. I'm saying the underlying thing, like this is the idea here. You don't care enough. Boom, this is the idea. You have short-sighted vision with this. But there are underlying reasons. And at the heart of it, though, a big reason that you can't lose weight is that there is a lack of honest information out there. There is a lack of people who actually care enough about you to give you the right information and to support you. And I do understand that. And that's why I'm here. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. And that's why in 2014, I'm launching a brand new program.
Yeah.
New year, new body, 2014. And below the show today, on the SeanStevensonModel.com, you can sign up for the free webinar to launch the new program. Nice. All right. So we're doing that on January 9th. Big kickoff, free webinar. We're going to get people all over the world live with me, and I'm going to share some of the most incredible strategies, stuff I haven't talked about publicly before, some stuff I might share in a keynote that I get brought in and compensated a lot to do. I'm going to share this stuff for free.
You should.
All right, so make sure that you get signed up for the webinar and you get your butt on there, and we make 2014 the year that you get into the best shape of your life.
That's right.
All right, so
sign me up.
That's all for today, everybody. I really appreciate you so much and taking the time out to be a part of this with me and being your own model, setting the precedent for the people around you. That's what really, really makes me happy and gives me passion to be able to do what I do. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Sean.
And make sure for more after the show, you head over to theshawnstevensonmodel.com. That's where you can find the show notes. And if you got any questions or comments, make sure to let me know. And please head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and let everybody know that our show is awesome and you're loving it. Yeah. And I read all the comments, so please leave me a comment there. And take care, everybody. Promise to keep giving you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life.
Take care.